who is your favourite driver on the grid at the moment? I have a funny feeling you're going to say Hamilton after the last question.
It is going to be Hamilton. But that's like I say, that's my generation. So at the moment, Hamilton's my generational goat. But that doesn't stop me liking George. I like Leclerc, Sainz, so on and so forth. So I'm not, I am a dedicated, hardcore Hamilton ultra. But I do like to see others achieve as well.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned George there very, very briefly. Do you think that Hamilton's going to start coming back at George this season? Obviously, with how the results have differed and stuff like that, how do you think the inter-team sort of results are going to be?
I do, but then maybe I'm biased. But then you also look at last year, don't you? And you think to yourself, well, I mean, we don't know the true ins and outs of what Lewis was testing and what he wasn't testing. Yeah. Does that play into it? Doesn't play into it? We can only go by what we read in the press.
Yeah, I mean, we have Imola coming up this week. It is race week. And obviously year before, yes. Obviously, Max overtook and literally lapped Hamilton this time last year, which is just mad to think about. So it's going to also be very interesting to see where like those Merc upgrades managed to put them on the grid as well. But and then Terry, favorite driver on the grid at the moment?
Mine's same as Matt. I'm a Lewis fan. First and foremost, I think for what he's not only what he's achieved, but what he's done for the sport. Going back to what I said about Schumacher, I think Lewis is in that category of what he's brought to the sport and outside of the sport and what he's done with his profile. I think his reach is much further than Formula One, alongside the achievements as well. So. But I do think that we're now in a position where there's a lot of great drivers on the grid. Yeah, like Matt said. And I think if we talk about generational eras, it kind of feels like we're now coming into the Max era.
Yeah.
And, I think we are seeing that changeover, that change of the guards as such.
Yeah, I think you're bang on, to be completely honest. I think that, like you said, Lewis has essentially transcended Formula One. Like, he's almost as big as the sport itself, which is absolutely mad when you think about it.
Yeah, I mean, he's some would say he's even bigger, wouldn't they? I know, might be an unpopular opinion, but for one driver to have more followers than what Formula One has on Instagram and
pretty sure,
and things like that, it's pretty mad to think about all of that, and to think of the star status he still commands, even the troubles that Mercedes have had, and you still see races. I can guarantee that 9 out of 10 fans would be running to get a picture, an autograph, or something with Lewis if he walked through a paddock with a bunch of drivers. Guaranteed.
Yeah. But listen. Look at the impact he had when he went radio silence. So he went radio silence at the end of a certain year, didn't he? And look at the turmoil that caused on the whole of F1 and the community alone.
And then the comeback was just immense, wasn't it? That one post of him stood over the Grand Canyon. Exploded everything, didn't it? With the I am back sort of thing.
I think the thing is, he's become worldwide. By worldwide, I kind of count America. So that's where without Drive to Survive, whereas Drive to Survive has brought in a lot of American fans who, Chuck Leclerc, I think is a name that went around. And people know George and Carlos a lot more, but he was big there before Formula One really took off. I think it goes to show like his impact, and I know they're kind of greats, but like Ali and Jordan, they've transcended the sport, and that's what he's done as well.